finally happening. Both Goku and Vegeta have achieved the pinnacle of might. Both are now masters of Primal Instinct and Super Saiyan 5. Goku challenges Vegeta to a one-on-one. This right here is going to be the climax of what if Goku and Vegeta wish their tails back. And if you guys somehow have not caught up already, well, there is an entire playlist of content for you guys to watch and catch up on, because this is going to be the final chapter. So if you're just starting here, well, you're not going to really understand much. So the link to the playlist will be down below in the comment section and on the top of the screen right now. But as far as from where we head from here on out, well, let's hop right in. When Vegeta heard Goku just challenge him to a one-on-one after absorbing future carries as primal powers, he starts laughing. "You're the best, Kakarot. This is gonna be the greatest fight in the history of the multiverse," he says. "Yeah, but don't call it the best. I'm sure there will still be bigger and better fights in the future. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it," Goku replies. Come on. Whatever. "Let me just go and free the baby," Vegeta says. He then goes inside the domain, casually uses forced energy acquisition on baby carries, and with that, there are no more babies or teenagers running around with the most chaotic power in the universe. Zykor just burst out crying because his child can now live a normal life. Vegeta realizes that he probably shouldn't mention future carries. He lets the family be and comes back outside. It's only been a year or two since he became friends with Zykor. Thinking back, Zykor had to deal with non-existence for over 1,000 years, also because of Primal Instinct. Goku is in the right. It would have been cruel to let carries continue on with Primal Instinct. After all, if he wants, he can always just learn it himself in the future. Future carries then begins to disappear, and the multiverse he had created begins to disappear as well. He was now going to go back to his timeline and just continue with his life. Only this time, he can challenge whomever he wants and whenever he wants without the fear of wiping out the whole multiverse. Goku and Vegeta bid him farewell. The Grand Priest and Zalama were still there, ready to continue the discussion about removing all traces of Primal Instinct by asking Super Shenron, but Goku and Vegeta were clear as day not in the mood right now. They ignore the Grand Priest and just casually enter that Shadow Realm-like domain. For the sake of context, the Shadow Realm that I keep talking about is the shadow of the multiverse. It can only be accessed by those who have fully mastered Primal Instinct, and throughout the entire history of the multiverse and beyond, the only two men who have successfully done that are Goku and Vegeta at this point. Both of them know that this battle is going to be unlike anything that has ever happened before. "I've been waiting for this, Kakarot. It was getting lonely out here in the Shadow Realm," Vegeta says as he plunges forward to throw the first punch, but Goku dodges it effortlessly by manipulating gravity. "Wow, this is really amazing. There really is no limit to how we can fight," Goku states. He then imagines 1,000 clones of himself, and in an instant, they materialize in front of Vegeta. Every single one of them is about as powerful as he is. They all rush towards Vegeta. It's no longer a one-on-one, it was almost like a 1,000-on-1 right now. Still, Vegeta just grins and accepts the challenge. With a wave of his hand, he reverses time for the clones and reduces them to mere after images that fade away while attempting to get closer to him. He then jumps forward and lands a powerful blow that sends him spiraling through the distorted space. "Come on, is that the best you can do?" Vegeta adds. Goku stabilizes himself and grins. "Well, let's see you handle this then," he states before imagining a literal black hole in the palm of his hand. He then makes it start spinning rapidly in multiple directions in order to contain the black hole into this raging, spherical, shuriken-like shape. Alright, you guys caught me, I like Naruto, okay? Sue me, sorry. But what does Vegeta do now? He counters it by manifesting a barrier of pure energy. It not only stops the raging black hole Rasengan thing, but also gets his pull reversed, which sends it right back at Goku. "Really thought you did something there, huh, Kakarot?" Vegeta laughs. Now the black hole Rasengan Spear of Destruction thing was flying right at him. Goku would never back down, not even from an attack like this though, as he concentrates all the forces of the multiverse that he has control over onto the black hole. It inadvertently turns it into a supernova and just implodes in on itself. The explosion was intense. It lit up the entire outer multiverse. But Goku and Vegeta were still just floating there laughing. "As expected, I guess we're still evenly matched," Vegeta says. "Yeah, but I still don't plan on losing, Vegeta, so give me your worst," Goku replies. Alright, you asked for it, Vegeta states as he cracks his knuckles. He prepares an energy blast made from the very core of a dying star. Vegeta smirks as he just hurls it towards Goku. From the looks of it, it appears to be a normal energy blast, but Goku then finds himself being pulled in by his gravitational force. He tries to get away, but it's honestly still a struggle even for him. Nice one, Vegeta, he says. He then tries to come up with some kind of way to get away from this gravitational pull. Now, I'm not gonna BS you guys and make it seem like Goku knows the first thing about science, so we're just gonna say he uses his ki to construct strings and then crafts them into a fishnet to catch the approaching energy blast. He catches them and then just swings it back at Vegeta. Vegeta creates a shield of his own though made up of his condensed ki and then blocks the energy blast with it. The moment it comes into contact with the shield, the energy blast dissolves and turns into stardust sparkles. He then looks at Goku, but he was no longer in front of him. Vegeta turns around. It was Goku. He throws a punch intended to hit his face, but just before it lands, Goku would almost construct a time loop, and this causes his punch to land infinite amount of times in just a fraction of a second. Unfortunately for Vegeta, the impact is magnified with every punch landed. Vegeta would then instinctively do the only thing he can do in this situation, and that's warp the reality around himself into infinity. This causes each punch that gets launched at Vegeta to slow down the more they approach him, until finally they all become so slow that they may as well just never reach him. And if you guys watch JJK, then you know how this works. Goku's movements had slowed down, and so Vegeta used this opportunity to land a kick of his own to Goku's gut. It gives him an instant yet destructive shock to his entire system. Well, you really made that one count, huh? Goku says as he grabs his stomach. Try not to shit yourself in my presence, Kakarot. It's pretty unbecoming of you, Vegeta says, laughing. Meanwhile, Trunks and Goten are seen training with Oob on a remote island in the Pacific, and they were hard at work. Especially Trunks, he had been hard at training for like a year straight now. Unlike Goten, Trunks had seen baby carries. He knows that if he slacks off and gives an inch, he's gonna get surpassed. Later, all three of them challenge Broly, who beats them to smithereens, but also gives them practical advice on how to get stronger. Gohan was still with his family, but every night, before going to bed, he did image training on what he would do and how he would fight if an enemy even stronger than a completed Cell Max were to appear. He may be just relaxing with his family and focusing on his career, but this isn't GT Gohan at all. He is not slacking off here. And about 15 years into the future, 16-year-old Carries would visit Earth after returning from the past. He's come to challenge Goku or Vegeta or any of the other Z fighters for that matter. The first one to notice him is actually Trunks. Hey, you're Carries, right? Welcome to Earth, Trunks says, and he was now a married man. Hey, thanks, it's good to be here, Carries replies. Trunks then takes him to the lookout where he introduces him to Piccolo as Kale and Zykor's son. When Carries asks about Goku or Vegeta, Trunks explains that they've been in Universe 1 for the past 2 years. Carries realizes that his dad is there too, so he replies, guess we should also go there. Easy for you to say, I don't know instant transmission, Trunks replies. Alright, forget about them. What do you say to a fight, Carries asks. Of course, I was wondering when you'd mention something like that. Let's do it, Trunks states. Carries and Trunks find somewhere empty, and they both transform into Super Saiyans, then engage in an epic duel of their own. After they're done with their sparring, Trunks would ask him about Prince Sadala. Oh, he's a king now, you know? He's also a Super Saiyan 4, Carries replies. Well, I'm a Super Saiyan 4 too, Trunks smirks. Whatever, I'll get there eventually, Carries replies. By the way, where's Broly? Honestly, I don't know. He said something about going on a journey of enlightenment and left like 3 or so years ago. He's probably out there somewhere doing something silly. It's not like there's too many people out there that can actually fight him, Trunks replies. They continue their chit-chat, but when Goten hears about Carrie's arrival, he gets Oob and they come straight over. They were working on Oob's farm at the time. Trunks introduces Carries to Goten and Oob, and all four of them spend the rest of the day just laughing and hanging out. Now, going back 15 years into the past, let's kind of resume Goku and Vegeta's fight in the outer Shadow Realm multiverse. By this point in the battle, they both ditched the gimmicks and have gone back to just exchanging blows. Their energy has charged up to unimaginable levels, and their auras are intense enough to constantly change the visible appearance of the Shadow Realm. They release their energy and charge straight at each other, and then finally, as their fists meet, a light envelops the Shadow Realm and beyond, almost as if that punch shattered the boundaries of the universe. Before they realize it, they're already back outside. The Grand Priest and Zalama were still there for some reason though. Excuse me, can I do something for you? Vegeta asks. Come on, Vegeta, don't be such a bad sport, Goku says. The Grand Priest notices how laid back the two of them are despite fighting each other in the outer multiverse nicknamed the Shadow Realm, so he decides to finally just take his leave. As long as Primal Instinct is under control, the Grand Priest will concede that maybe there is nothing to worry about anymore. Though on their way back to Zeno's palace, Zalama does ask the Grand Priest why he's been so lenient with the Saiyans. I guess you could say they've grown on me. I don't mind competence, and Vegeta is the most competent mortal I've seen in an absurdly long time, the Grand Priest replies. As for Goku and Vegeta themselves though, well, let's go back to them. I see we both had the same idea, Vegeta says. Yeah, it's better this way. Let's not get too many people involved, Goku replies. During their last clash, which resulted in them returning back outside, both Goku and Vegeta decided to just seal Primal Instinct within the Shadow Realm. Now, even though they can enter the Shadow Realm whenever they want, they can't use Primal Instinct unless they are physically in the outer layer of the multiverse. And this rule applies to everyone, not just them. From this point on, Primal Instinct stopped being a threat and only existed in the Shadow Realm. Now it's just another form of universal martial arts for these two. What should we do next, Vegeta? Goku asks. I think I'm just gonna go home and take a shower, honestly, Vegeta replies. Yeah, good idea. Oh, I got it. Let's gather up everyone and do a barbecue. These past couple of years have been intense for everyone, Goku suggests. Well, it is my daughter's birthday in 3 days, so let's just do it then, Vegeta replies. Goku gives him a big thumbs up, and the two of them then use instant transmission to get back home. It's been 2 years since Goku came up with the idea of wishing their tails back, and 2 years is all it took these Saiyans to achieve the most impossible feats in multiversal history. And nobody can take that away from Goku and Vegeta.